Alright, after replaying this trailer frame by frame like a complete maniac, I genuinely think most of these scenes are part of one giant connected storyline. I skipped a few smaller shots because some of them are probably just trailer filler, but these scenes feel way too connected to be random. So the trailer most likely starts in the boys' hideout. Everything feels quiet, tense, almost emotionally exhausted. The whole atmosphere feels like everybody already knows this mission could be the last one. Even Butcher standing silently in the doorway feels important. He doesn't look chaotic here. He looks focused, like a man who already accepted that things are about to get ugly. Then we cut to that White House-looking room with Oh Father and the Deep already inside. At first the scene almost feels calm, until Homelander appears at the doorway. And the second he shows up, the energy changes completely. The way he's framed with that bright white light behind him makes him feel terrifying instead of heroic. Honestly, he looks less like Superman and more like a nuclear threat wearing a cape. Even Oh Father and the Deep seem uncomfortable around him, which says a lot. It almost feels like they were planning something, and Homelander showing up suddenly makes them realize they might be completely screwed. And then we see Butcher holding the crowbar. And I'm sorry, but that crowbar is hilarious in the best possible way, because it tells us this mission is not subtle anymore. Butcher really looked at the most powerful superheroes on Earth and said, "Yeah, Metal Stick should do it." Then the trailer cuts to the boys arriving from the van, which I think is the actual start of the raid. Everybody looks serious, locked in, tactical. Then comes the Starlight and the Deep fight, and I think this is the exact moment the stealth mission completely falls apart. The room looks like the same White House location, and Starlight straight up launches herself at the Deep. There's no hiding after that. Imagine trying to run a covert operation while a man dressed like SeaWorld's worst employee gets thrown across a government building. At this point, the mission officially turns into chaos. What makes this even more interesting is that later we see MM and Huey sneaking through another part of the building. I think this is actually the same area where Oh Father is later seen violently storming through the doors. The hallways and room design look extremely similar, so my theory is that MM and Huey enter through that section first during the stealth phase, and later Oh Father comes charging through the exact same doors after realizing the raid is happening. Earlier he looked calm and controlled, but now he looks furious and panicked, like everything inside the building is collapsing around him. And interestingly, he's alone now. The Deep is nowhere to be seen, which honestly does not improve the Deep survival allegations. Then the trailer suddenly slows down emotionally with Kimiko crying, and honestly, I really think Frenchie dies. I don't think Marie Moreau brings him back like people are theorizing on Reddit. Kimiko's expression doesn't feel like panic during a fight. It feels quiet, devastated, almost accepting. That scene feels more like grief than shock. Then we get the Ryan and Homelander cabin scenes, and I don't think this is a fight at all. Ryan looks conflicted and nervous, not angry. It feels like Homelander is trying to manipulate him emotionally again, probably trying to pull him back to his side. And using that cabin-type environment connected to Ryan's childhood honestly feels very intentional. Homelander absolutely seems like the type of person who would emotionally gaslight his own son in a cozy wooden cabin and somehow make it worse. Then we cut to Ashley running through this dark underground hallway, followed by a quick filler shot of Butcher, and then Huey trapped inside the elevator. But even with Butcher's filler shot separating them, Ashley's hallway and Huey's elevator still feel like the exact same location. The lighting matches, the atmosphere matches, and both scenes have that same underground bunker vibe, which makes me think Ashley and Huey are actually in the same facility during the chaos. And honestly, it kinda looks like Ashley might even be chasing Huey through the bunker. Huey looks exhausted and isolated in the elevator, like he's trying to escape something, while Ashley is sprinting through the halls, like absolute chaos is happening behind her. This whole section feels less like infiltration and more like pure survival mode after the mission completely collapsed. And finally, we get that insane beach crash shot. I don't think it's a missile or explosion because there's no smoke trail or blast effect. It genuinely looks like a soup crashing down from the sky after some massive aerial event. But the shape falling looks very vertical, which makes me think it's probably not somebody getting punched midair, because that would usually look more horizontal. So my guess is this might be Bombsight doing one of those violent crash landings, because he's one of the only soups who lands like that. Or maybe it's a soup losing control of their powers entirely. Either way, the shot feels way more personal and chaotic than a normal explosion. And honestly, I think the finale of this episode is going to be complete madness. The stealth mission fails, Homelander probably snaps, people get separated underground, somebody important likely dies, Ryan gets emotionally torn between both sides, and Butcher finally reaches the point where he might actually use the virus, no matter what happens afterward. Because at this point, this doesn't even feel like the boys trying to win anymore. It feels like everybody in this story is just trying to survive the end of Homelander. And the scariest part is, I genuinely think some of them won't.
Alright, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.